Hiya guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sean Hills and this is A Soul's Experience, a channel dedicated to helping the human race remember who we really are. Now the channel was recently contacted by a very valid member of our community, Riz, as we are all valid members of this community, this beautiful spiritual community of love and connection that is growing every single day. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. This is a spiritual channel. We talk about everything from near-death experiences to pre-birth memories, to visions that I've had, other people's experiences, just everything spiritual, everything that is going to help with the great awakening that we are actually going through right now. If you are a long-standing member of this channel, then happy returns and welcome to another video. This is going to be a super interesting video. We're going to touch on something that I've touched on only once before, and like I said, Riz has brought it to the channel's attention that we are in the times where this needs to be addressed. So we're completely distracted at the minute, aren't we? Completely distracted with so many things going on around the world. And one of the things I've learned in my 30 odd plus years on this planet is that 30 plus years, yeah, slipping the plus. But one thing I learned is anything that is thrown into our attention is probably not what they want us looking at. Okay, so anything that we know about and we're being shown is normally, I'm not going to say all the time, but normally it's a distraction for something bigger. So with that said, I just want to talk quickly about what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to be touching on a warning that I got through a dream. And for those people, like I said, that are new to this and new to the channel, dreams are not just something that our minds do when we're sleeping, because that actually doesn't make any sense. The body is turning itself off. Okay, not completely, obviously it's regenerating, it's healing, it's getting rest, but we're supposed to be unconscious. Okay, and the vessel that holds the soul is unconscious. It's asleep, it's resting. The soul does not need to sit beside our bed or lie inside that body fully conscious, never to be unconscious. The soul does not ever go unconscious. So the body goes unconscious and the soul is still very much awake, which is who we actually are, our consciousness. That part of divinity that's inside all of us. So that stays awake, and rather than sitting around for 8, 10, 6 hours waiting for the vessel that holds the soul to wake back up to become conscious again so that they can merge back into this physical world, rather than sit around and wait for that to happen, it goes off and it experiences, which is why we can get warnings in dreams. Sometimes dreams are just dreams. The soul could be shooting off and just having some fun, going off, having different experiences throughout the universe, while our vessel is unconscious in bed. So we've all had dreams that have felt super real, like we were in control inside the dream, like we kind of woke up inside of the dream. Because at times, spontaneously throughout life, our consciousness can reconnect with, we can actually come back online inside the dream. Rather than it being out of our hands, we can be like, whoa, I'm in a dream, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to see what's happening over here. And it's never like real life, it's never like normal. Sometimes it is, if it's really lucid. But what can happen when we have these spiritual experiences or start to meditate and start taking spirituality seriously, if there's such a thing as taking it seriously, it's just putting in a few practice things that help awaken who we truly are. So meditation's one of them that I use a lot and need to use more of, but we can never use the excuse to find the time, because even sitting there for 5 minutes and just taking in that view, looking out that window, seeing that beautiful blue sky or the sun, and just feeling that wind on your breath, that is a form of being in the moment, a form of meditation. Dancing, singing, anything that doesn't require necessarily a beginning and an end. Like, it's not who does it the quickest wins. So, you know, otherwise the quickest song on the planet would be the best. The quickest dance would be the best. You know, it's not about that. It's about actually being in the movement itself. It's a form of meditation. So even if you're there washing the dishes, doing some housework, and you're having a boogie, you're getting your boogie on because the sun's shining, the vibes are high, and you're just, woo! You're just feeling them vibrations. Feeling them vibrations. You're just there in the love in the moment. That's also a form of meditation. You know, it's hard to find half an hour to just sit there in peace and quiet and not be distracted by a car alarm going off or a bird or this or that. Anyway, I diverse. Let's get back onto the topic. We need to watch something behind the scenes, which is going to be super difficult. However, there will be telltale signs, as there always is. But we're able, through meditation, to get warnings, through dreams to get warnings, way before the rest of the world get to know what's about to happen. And I was warned very vividly, very vividly, that something major is going to happen between Germany and Russia. So I was in the dream, woke up in the dream, in a boat in rough seas, and I was trying to get away from a country because an attack was happening as I'm rowing. So I'm rowing away. I'm trying to get away from the shore because I know this country is about to be seriously attacked. Which country? I'm not sure yet, but we're gonna go through this now. We're gonna try and see if we can dissect this a little bit. So I'm in rough seas, which does represent rough seas coming, you know, and they were rough. And stood off to the distance was the man himself, Mr. Donald Trump. Whether you love him or hate him, he was there, and which to me at the time represented America's involvement or knowledge of what is about to take place. So row over to Donald Trump, and as I do, I look up and I see a swarm of 30, 40, 50. It was a swarm of old Luftwaffe German planes, which is what they used in World War II. And I saw loads of them, and they were just about to attack the country I was leaving on the boat. And out in the distance on the big pier, out on this big pier bit, was Donald. And I rode up to him as if it was real life, and I felt terrified. A real sense of urgency and angst. I had to get away. And I rode up, and I looked up, and I said, they've got no idea what's coming, have they? And he looked down at me and just said, no, they've got no idea. I felt so helpless. Like there was nowhere for me to really go. I was stuck in the ocean, but even that was better than what was about to happen. So let's have a look. Let's remove the emotion from the emotion that the human condition can bring, and let's look at this as an observer. Because this channel isn't about bringing fear to people, because ultimately we are untouchable and unharmable. Even the things that we think have happened to the worst of people, even them people, once they passed over, were whole, perfect, in love, and going, whoo, what a ride that was. You know, what a ride that was, because that's what this is. This is a big roller coaster ride, and we've chosen as souls to get on the scariest one of the scariest ones, because of the sense of accomplishment, the sense of fun, excitement, enjoyment, but also we have the power to smooth out these rattles and these rolls and these shakes. We have the power to ride the scariest roller coaster into the calmest of seas, and still be there with a loving smile on our face as it reaches its final destination of this age, ready to begin a new age. And it takes a very, very brave soul to be down here right now on Earth, because times are crazy. And like I said at the beginning, there's so much for us to look at. Oh, let's go look over in the Middle East. Let's go look over towards Ukraine and Russia. Let's go look over here. Let's go look over there. What's going on with climate change? What's going on with the polar ice caps melting, or the North Pole flipping around to the South Pole? There's so many devastation-like events that are lined up in people's minds, in people's opinions, people's theories. I know for a fact we get through this year. Not only do I know we get through this year, I know that we go into a golden age in 2026. How close is that? How close is that? And it keeps me being able to smile, because this show, this grand show that we're seeing, is just that. Now, I'm not taking away from the people that are inside that reality, the people that are being physically hurt. But we have to remember that they signed up for that. They are soldiers, spiritual soldiers, just like the rest of us. Now, there is something that needs to happen this year to shake, rattle and roll this dance up a bit. Because the dance has got crazy, it's got chaotic, we've got out of flow, we've got out of harmony, we've got out of rhythm. The dance has gone into a mosh pit and everyone's hitting each other. We started off doing the tango, and then we waltzed over here into the foxtrot. And then we done a little tappy tip tap 1 2 1 2. But I don't know how we ended up kicking and punching, and the tap dancing turned into a roundhouse kick to the face. And everyone's mushing away now to Metallica and Slipknot. I don't know what the new metal bands are. I was born in the 80s, so there you go. You're getting them two for now. But that's what the world is at the minute. If we're dancing in a mosh pit. And we need to slow it down. We need to get back into the rhythm of life, back into the tango, back into the cha-cha-cha. Yeah, back into the cha-cha-cha. But it's going to take the DJ. It's going to take God to shout over the mic, to cut the music and say, oi, less of that. So don't be oblivious to what is going on. We can't bury our heads in the sand once we awaken. At the same time, we can't allow ourselves to get traumatized and dramatically involved in the situation. We've come here to watch a play, to be involved in a play. It's more than that. It's a 3D virtual reality play that we are characters in. But if we're in our scene, if we're the main character of our scene, then there's only so much we can do within our scene. We shouldn't be focusing so much on everything else, what's going on, but we should be aware. We're not involved in that other scene. We're not involved in that particular part of the play. But we know it's happening, or else we're going to miss our cue. If we don't keep an eye on it, we're going to miss our cue. And this is my cue to you guys. That I believe there is knowledge in the United States of America that only the privy are privy to. And the rest of us are just trying to play catch up. But I would not have been warned so vividly, and it would not have been brought to my consciousness so many times, and then I would not have had a member of our beautiful community bring up randomly about dreams 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Coincidences are symmetries when you learn to read the universe. So that has led me to make this video. So we must keep an eye out for Germany. And it's something to do with Russia. And the United States knows about it. The way Donald was watching, he was watching 100 foot from the coast on a big pier, wooden pier, standing with his arms crossed, tall and strong looking, and watching with no expression on his face, like he knows something is going to happen. The man knows something that we don't. He does. The man knows something we don't. obviously knows billions of things we probably don't, but there's something that is happening behind the scenes, and it involves Germany. It involves Russia. Because I got mixed up in my dream, because when I looked up... Now this is the crazy thing. I'm just going to say what I got in the dream. Doesn't make a lot of sense right now, but I'm going to say it, and then we can dissect that. I got the impression when I saw the Luftwaffe, German planes flying overhead, I got the impressions that it was Russian soldiers flying the Luftwaffe planes. It wasn't Germans. Which confused me, because I thought, well, why are the Germans working with the Russians? Why are they working together to attack a different country? It wasn't Germany or Russia that was being attacked. I didn't feel. I felt like somehow Germany and Russia were in cahoots. They were in cahoots. And America knew about it. They were in cahoots. But it could have been the representation of Russia possibly having to use old World War II machinery in battle against Germany, maybe using their own aircraft. Maybe they've got a big pile of old Luftwaffe because they were involved, and Russia was on our side. Stalin was on our side against Germany. We're on the British side, we're on the American side. Russia was. So isn't it funny how times change? And maybe they've got a pile of old Luftwaffe, but maybe it's just a representation of the Luftwaffe represented World War. And there might be the final trigger could come between Germany and Russia. I don't know, but we just keep an ear out. If you hear any news about Russia, Germany, annoying Russia, doing something that goes against them, triggers something, maybe agrees to something that they don't like, and Russia says that's enough, Germany's going to cause a trigger to a World War event, possibly. Hey, I'm just telling you what I saw. And Mr. T knows about it. So we just have to keep our ears and our eyes out. But most of all, remember to sit in faith that you are perfectly where you're supposed to be. And there's two things that are never accidents in this world: the day you're born and the day you die. So if you've agreed to be here a long, long time for this awakening, and you've got loads of life left in you still, then it don't matter if 1 trillion bombs drop around you, not one of them single bombs will hit you and take your life. Not one. You will not lose your life by a stray bullet that wasn't meant for you. That will not happen. You are safe in the agreement that you have made with the Lord to be here. A contractual agreement that you have made. You are not leaving before your time, so please do not be scared, do not fit in fear. Jesus Christ told us himself that we will see wars and hear rumours of wars before the time comes, the end times. Now the end times is not the end times in this case. It's actually a rebirth of energy. It's going back to who we truly are. It's a ending of the age of Pisces and a beginning of the age of Aquarius. That is the end times, literally. And I've seen it, and I've seen the golden age, 2026. So we have 7 months. 7 months, and the mosh pit's going to go mad. Because when the DJ cuts that music, the people ain't going to be happy. When the DJ cuts that music, the people will not be happy. And things will have to change, because there will only be a small fraction of society that want to steal mosh. Now all the people that want to tango, there's more of them. Hundreds, thousands, millions times more of them. And they want the concert to start up again. They want the DJ to hit the music again, but they can't until this mosh pit is cleared up. So the majority is going to come on top of the minority. And the majority want love. The majority want peace. The majority want harmony. Want resolution. Want unity. The majority want to know who we truly are, not be told who we are and lied to about our history. And we're coming to that time, people. We're coming to the golden age. And my only job here right now is to make sure that this message of love makes it to who needs to hear it. Make sure this message makes it to who needs to hear it today. And I pray in the name of Jesus Christ, this message reaches those on this grand time of awakening. I pray that your love brings peace and comfort to those that are trembling, to those that are shaking and worried. Wrap your arms around them, wrap your loving divine arms around them and bring them peace. For this is our time. The love and the glory is coming back. We are coming back and remembering who we truly are through this great awakening of 2025 and beyond. Bring your children back into the golden age, because they want you there. You're wanted, you're needed, universally loved and cherished, perfect in your divinity. So till next time, please take care of yourselves. Love yourselves. It's so easy to love those around us, isn't it? Then we forget to love ourselves and give ourselves that time we need to grow. Because if we don't love ourselves fully, how can we fully love those around us? Please, 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 please remember to love yourselves today. Then we can love those around us and give them the love that they really deserve. And receive the love that we all deserve in this time right now. Because it is tough, but it is beautiful. And if there's one thing we like on earth, it's a little bit of beauty. So please, till next time, take care of yourselves, love yourselves, love your friends, your spouses, your neighbours, your pets, and all those around you. And love God. Don't forget to love God. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Enjoy your day. And no matter where you are in the world, you're going to be fine. See you soon.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long.